A difficult day for a lot of people today, marking 1 year since that Las Vegas concert massacre, the deadliest single-day mass shooting in modern U.S. history. 58 people were killed, hundreds of others injured when Stephen Paddock opened fire at the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival in Vegas. He was shooting from a hotel room, a suite that he was in at the Mandalay Bay Hotel. And on this somber anniversary, today ceremonies and tributes are taking place in Vegas and across the country to honor those victims. And a lot of survivors and family members of the victims traveled to Vegas today to try and find comfort with one another.
We have all changed. We have all been broken. But we can find a way to pick up those pieces and glue it all back together. Yes, the cracks will be seen, but it can be whole again. I know that the sun will rise each day, offering us new hope to take steps, knowing our 58 angels are with us.
Las Vegas officials hosted a sunrise remembrance ceremony this morning to honor those victims. There was music, a dove release right there, 58 seconds of silence, one for each person that was killed in that shooting that day. And after a year-long investigation, authorities still do not know exactly what drove Paddock to carry out that attack. And along with those 58 lives that were lost 1 year ago today, there are also about 20,000 survivors of that deadly shooting, people that were at the concert as well, watched everything unfold. Many of them have spent the last year struggling with all kinds of issues, dealing with the trauma of that day. One of them is a woman that lives in Roseville. She's working to help as many of her fellow survivors as she possibly can. Fox 40's Doug Johnson live in the newsroom with more on those details. Doug.
Well, Eric, we first told you about Lisa Fine the morning after the Las Vegas shooting. At the time, she told us she wanted to work to help other survivors, and I'm happy to report that she spent the last year doing just that.
It doesn't sound like a real gun.
It is a real I will never be the same person ever again.
Speaking to us from Los Angeles, Roseville native Lisa Fine shared this cell phone video she shot across from the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas exactly 1 year ago.
The sounds of the bullets raining down and those bullets being 6 inches from my head, I remember hearing the whizzing sounds and my hair raising up.
It's a night she admits still haunts her, even a full year later.
I've been in my car driving where a Jason Aldean song will come on that was on that night, and I will just go into a panic attack.
Fine says the last thing she wants is to let what happened to her immobilize her.
I don't want to have that dark, evil night define my life. I want to rise up above that.
Rise she has, stepping up to assist others experiencing the same trauma.
You go through a survivor's guilt as well because you felt like you were helpless. You could not help people, and it's heartbreaking.
Fine started Route 91 Strong, a nonprofit which helps other survivors get their lives back on track.
We have so many people that are on suicide watch and some that have attempted suicide.
So far, her organization has raised over $600,000 and helped around 100 other survivors, but she says she wants to help even more.
We pay their bills, their utility bills. We keep food on the table for their families. We keep them in their homes.
Now, Fine is in Los Angeles tonight because her Route 91 Strong organization is hosting an anniversary fundraiser. She tells us all the proceeds will go to help the survivors from Las Vegas as well as other mass shootings. In our newsroom, Doug Johnson, Fox 40 News.
Doug, thank you. President Trump also taking a moment to recognize the Las Vegas shooting victims this morning as well.
Yeah, he held a news conference at the White House honoring the victims and answering questions on things he's done in the wake of the shooting to help curb gun violence. He specifically pointed out legislation against bump stocks, the devices the gunman used to fire into the crowd so quickly.
In order to terminate bump stocks, we have to go through a procedure. We are now at the final stages of that procedure. In fact, the lawyers were just telling me, and over the next couple of weeks, I'll be able to write it out. But you can't just write it out because rules and regulations in this country are really tough, even for something like that. So we're knocking out bump stocks. I've told the NRA, I've told it, bump stocks are gone.
Last week, the Justice Department formally submitted its effort to ban bump stocks.